Welcome to Movie Insight Global. Today I am going to explain the American sci-fi action film called Jurassic World. Spoilers ahead. Watch and enjoy. The giant eggs are shown as the film begins. These eggs belong to dinosaurs, and the dinosaur's egg starts to hatch, and we can see the baby dinosaur trying to get out of the eggshell. A young boy named Gray is fascinated with dinosaurs. He has an elder brother named Zach. Their parents send them to their aunt to spend their vacation. And they travel to Jurassic World, a dinosaur theme park on Isla Nublar. Their Aunt Claire Deering is the operations manager of the theme park. She is very busy that day, so she sends her assistant Zara to pick them up. Gray is very excited to meet their Aunt Claire. She hands them an entrance pass and assigns Zara as their guide. Dr. Henry Wu is a geneticist who heads the team that created the dinosaurs for Jurassic World. They have created a new hybrid super predator called Indominus Rex. The Indominus is extremely intelligent, dangerous, and unpredictable. The Indominus is the new attraction of the theme park and is soon to be revealed to the public. This genetically engineered dinosaur will become popular and will bring visitors from around the world, and will ensure the profitability and sustenance of the Jurassic World. Later, Mr. Simon Masrani, the owner of the theme park, and Claire take a helicopter ride to inspect the park's newest attraction, Indominus Rex. They are a little scared to see the new dinosaur, and they are not satisfied with the enclosure security as they see cracked glass. They want to ensure the facility is 100% secure, and Masrani tasked Claire to bring in the expert Owen Grady to evaluate the enclosure's security. Later, the scene cuts to Owen Grady, who has been training a quartet of velociraptors. He named them Blue, Delta, Echo, and Charlie. And he is researching their intelligence, based on the raptor's ability to follow commands, and his favorite raptor is Blue. Head of InGen Security, Vic Hoskins, believes that the raptors can be weaponized and also offers Owen to work with him. However, Owen does not like his ideas, and he opposes them. Vic insists Owen consider his proposal, as this will make Owen a rich man. But Owen rejects his request. Suddenly, a man falls into the raptor's enclosure. Raptors were about to attack him. By then Owen enters the enclosure to rescue him, and tells the guards not to shoot raptors. He stops the raptors from attacking. Owen's assistant Barry drags the man out, and Owen manages to escape out of the enclosure. Meanwhile, the boys are having a good time at the park. They watch a mosasaurus leaping out of the water and eating a shark. Claire goes to meet Owen, and she tells him that Mr. Masrani wants him to evaluate the Indominus Rex enclosure. So, Owen goes along with Claire. While investigating the enclosure, he sees the Indominus's scratch marks on the wall. Claire apparently thinks that Indominus has escaped, and she drives to the control room. She asks the control room to track the dinosaur. They inform Claire that the Indominus is still in the enclosure, and inform her that Owen and two other men have entered the enclosure. Claire is shocked and asks them to alert Owen and the other men to get out immediately. A lady from the control room calls and alerts one of the men. All of them start running. One of the workers leaves a small opening for Owen to escape the enclosure. However, Indominus also comes out, breaking the enclosure entrance. It devours one of the men hiding behind the car. Owen hides under the truck. He pours fuel on himself to hide his scent so that the Indominus will not sense him, and it does not sense him, and goes into the forest. Then Owen returns to the control room and tells Claire that the Indominus can camouflage itself and also can mask its heat signature. He advises Masrani to destroy the Indominus. But Masrani had dispatched a specialized unit to capture Indominus, so it can be returned to its paddock. Indominus has removed its tracker, and it's untraceable now. Owen is shocked and realizes that Indominus is very smart. Suddenly Indominus appears in front of the team from nowhere. The team tries to capture Indominus, but it starts to attack them one by one. Owen warns everybody that the Indominus is very dangerous and has to be destroyed. Claire orders the evacuation of the island's northern sector to save lives. Claire's nephews are exploring the theme park in a Eurosphere. Claire calls Zach to know their whereabouts. Zach informs her that they are exploring the northern sector. Before she could warn them, the signal goes off. They get a message saying ride closed. But Gray still wants to continue the ride. Zach and Gray continue their ride in a Eurosphere and enter a restricted area. There are other dinosaurs, but they were not dangerous. The Indominus arrives and attacks the dinosaurs. Boys start to panic, and then Indominus also attacks the Eurosphere with boys in it. But it is unable to get through it, so it starts to damage the Eurosphere. Meanwhile, both Zach and Gray escape the pod and run away. The Indominus also goes after them. They reach the waterfall edge and have nowhere to go and jump into the water and narrowly escape. Claire informs Owen that her nephews are in the northern sector and requests his help to rescue them. They both drive to the northern sector and Claire calls Zach's cell phone but gets no answer. Then they find the dead bodies of many dinosaurs spread across the field. Later, they reach the place where the Eurosphere was destroyed. They notice that the Eurosphere is completely destroyed. Then Owen notices the footprints in the mud going away from the Eurosphere. Meanwhile, both the boys swim to the shore and they are happy to survive. Owen and Claire reach the edge of the waterfall. Owen tells Claire that she has to go back as it is dangerous and he will alone track her nephews. But Claire does not agree with him and says her nephews are her responsibility and she will go with him. Zach and Gray find the ruins of the original Jurassic Park Visitor Center. They repair an old Jeep and drive away. Claire and Owen hear the Jeep driving away. Then they also come to the ruins. Owen realizes the boys are the ones who drove the Jeep. Owen searches for the keys of the other Jeep. By then the Indominus arrives and they both hide. Vic advises Masrani that they should use the raptors, trained by Owen to capture Indominus. But Masrani disagrees and tells him it's a dangerous idea and will not risk any more human lives. Masrani and two troopers chase down the Indominus by helicopter and shoot at it with their machine gun, but they miss the target. Indominus breaks into the park's aviary and releases pterosaurs. One of the pterosaurs crashes into the helicopter. Masrani loses control of the helicopter and he crashes into the aviary, and they all die. Claire receives a call from her coworker that Zach and Gray have reached the park resort. Claire tells her to take care of them until she arrives. Owen and Claire head towards the resort. All the pterosaurs converge onto the resort and attack everyone. One of the pterosaurs attacks and takes Zara and falls into the water. Then Mosasaurus devours them both. Meanwhile, Claire and Owen reach the resort and Claire finds Zach and Gray. They all drive back to the control room. Vic assumes command after Masrani's death and orders the raptors to be used to track the Indominus. Owen reaches the training center and punches Vic. He is furious that his raptors are used. Vic explains that this is the only way to track down the Indominus. Owen reluctantly complies and spearheads the capture of the Indominus. Raptors are sniffed with the Indominus scent and released. Soon, raptors run into the forest and track the Indominus. Owen and his team follow the raptors and find the raptors and Indominus are communicating among themselves. Owen realizes that the Indominus has velociraptor DNA. Then troops fire on the Indominus and injure it, but it manages to escape. Now, the Indominus has become the new alpha of the pack and raptors start to attack the team. Claire and the boys are very scared while waiting for Owen, but an injured team member asks her to leave. Then Owen approaches them and asks Claire to follow him. They all reach the lab and find Vic securing more embryos. Vic tells them the importance of the embryos. By then Delta breaks in and kills Vic, brutally. Claire, Owen and the boys run outside, where they all are surrounded by the raptors. Owen communicates with Blue and re-establishes his bond with the three raptors. He removes the device fixed to its head. Then the Indominus appears there. Raptors attack the Indominus. But the Indominus kills Delta and Echo. Blue is knocked down unconscious. Gray tells that a stronger dinosaur will defeat the Indominus. Claire realizes something and orders the control room to release T-Rex from its paddock. Claire lures T-Rex to chase her and brings T-Rex to battle with the Indominus. The two dangerous dinosaurs confront each other. They start to fight with each other. The Indominus quickly gains the advantage over the T-Rex. Blue recovers and joins the battle, and overpower the Indominus until it gets cornered at the lagoon's edge. Mosasaurus leaps out of the water and attacks the Indominus and drags it underwater. Badly injured T-Rex leaves the scene. Owen gestures Blue to leave and it runs away. Zach and Gray are reunited with their parents. Claire's sister thanks Claire for protecting her kids. All the survivors are evacuated off the island. Owen and Claire decide to stay together. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.